I'm about to have a heart attack. Okay, so I would like to thank you for the 10 years of amazing alignment that I have experienced from listening to Abraham for this long. And the last time I was in the hot seat, I was asking you how I could get married, and 2 weeks later, I eloped. And so I have a question, because I'm confused, because in some areas of my life, I really feel like that I'm in the flow, that I'm in alignment, particularly when I'm working with people and horses in my business called Equine Guidance. And I'm really brilliant at helping people move up the vibrational scale through the help of horses. So where I get messed up is in the organizational part of organizing my business. It's like I just completely fall apart. I can't do it.
Well, what is it that the horses help you do in the part of your business that's working so well that they can't help you do in the other part?
Well, what they help me do is they help me help my clients get into communication and contact with their inner guidance system.
So the part that's working is vibrational help.
Yes.
And the part that's not working, you're looking for action help?
Exactly. Right. So I don't know how to get into vibrational help with the tasks of running a business.
So let's flip it the other way.
Okay.
What if you ask the horses to no longer help vibrationally, but to help through action? What do you think they might do? They'd have nothing for you. They'd have nothing for you. They'd say, hey, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Or
they politely run around.
They would move, because they are vibrational creators. They don't get hung up in the details. They avoid resistant experiences. What is the predominant thing that they have shown you? What's their magic?
The power of now. And
what is the power of now?
Their magic is that they calm the amygdala, and they help.
They what?
They calm the amygdala, which is the fight, flight, and freeze response in our brain, and they help us get in tune with our emotional vibrational balance.
So wait. So what their magic is, and what you said may or may not be, who knows what they're doing in anyone's brain? They are healers in the sense that they are a big mass of flesh who know unequivocally their well-being.
Exactly.
And radiate it so powerfully that anyone in their presence has the benefit of the infusion of energy of well-being. So their magic is a vibrational stance of alignment with source energy. And because if that's, no one is doing this with mice. While it is possible and could be every bit as effective, it's the massiveness of the beast who is in alignment and the massiveness of the cooperative cells that are present that create that energy field that makes it easier, not always in every case, but easier for a receptive being to pick up on the energy of it. So the magic, we are in agreement, is vibrational. Mm-hmm. It is the magic of alignment and the influence that is offered when you are truly aligned. Because one who's connected to that stream is more powerful than a million who are not, you see. Whether you are a mouse or a horse, but it's just the expectation with the horse and all of that powerful energy moving through its body that makes it possible. So, how could you apply that to the part that isn't working?
Well, I'm also stuck with my book. So when I read my book to my horses, they give me incredible feedback and support and space where they're basically telling me.
But now you've changed the topic. Now you've changed the subject.
Okay.
And there's something to be noted about that. because it's like you said, so this isn't working and this is. So we amplified what is working and then asked you a simple question, and then you started piling on everything else that isn't working. In other words, that's why it's not working. Your attention to what is. I'm stuck with, I'm sort of scrambled in this and scrambled in this. What does the horse do about this? Does the horse worry about it? Does the horse stew about it? Does the horse give any attention whatsoever to what isn't in alignment? Could the horse, in its energy infusion, be of benefit to anyone if it were not in alignment?
No.
And are you any different from the horse?
No.
So isn't the message that this beast is expressing through example, isn't it about getting into the vortex and then getting into the vortex and then getting into the vortex and then?
I'm dying to say I have another problem. Do you want to know what it is?
Not really.
Okay.
And we have a feeling if you told the horse would run away too. Because this is what you're teaching. In other words, everything sort of wraps together, doesn't it?
Yes.
What you're teaching is alignment. And so you're wanting to find ways of discovering that alignment. And so you want to say things to yourself like, I'm on the path to it. In other words, start with the situation that is troubling you, and we will show you the path that we would take thought-wise, vibrational-wise, to get into the place where you're in the vortex, where the vortex can yield to you the cooperative components that are necessary for you to get the result that you want. So what's out of whack?
So what's out of whack
with the bookkeeping or whatever it was you started with?
So with the bookkeeping, it's like I just don't have any energy for that. I sit down to do the business.
Do you ever bring someone to the process of the horse, and the horse just whispers in your ear, I just don't have the energy for this?
Yes, and then they don't work that day.
Sometimes you get that from the horse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes they say, not today.
So how would this be different? In other words, why would you... And so then what? So then what? So then what's the next remedy? What do you do? In other words, if it's not there, what do you do next? Do you get out the whip?
No.
Do you put the horse on a timeline?
No.
Do you make threats?
No.
Do you embarrass the horse?
No.
Do you talk bad about the horse behind its back?
No.
What do? You wait for alignment, and how do you know? How do you know when that has happened?
The horse shows up, turned on, tuned in, and tapped in, or whatever that saying is.
So you wait until the horse is in the vortex before you ask it to work its magic.
Exactly.
And this is exactly the same thing that we would encourage you to do. In other words, if you don't have the energy for it, what you're actually saying is, I'm not in the vortex, and anything I do will be drudgery. It will be probably incorrect as I do it. I'm not going to have fun. I'm not going to be efficient. I'm not going to make myself do it. In other words, this horse is a masterful teacher. In other words, when I'm in the vortex, I am magic. And when I'm not, leave me alone. And we would say that to all of you.
All right.
So then what? So do you believe that if you waited until you felt for inspiration, that you'd just never get to the bookkeeping?
No, I would get there eventually.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
You'd get an idea. You'd rendezvous with someone. Someone would say something. You'd wake up knowing something. You'd feel compelled to do something. In other words, when you don't badger yourself about what's not working, but you revel in what is working, now you're in the vortex where more wonderful ideas come to you. It always gets better and better and better and better until it won't be long. About 10 years, you'll say, Abraham, it's been another 10 years, and I was in the hot seat, and I was talking to you about my bookkeeping, and now I have a massive empire that is controlled by comptometers and all kinds of people who know all kinds of stuff, who just came and knew what to do.
Okay. So how do I manage my impatience then? So it's like...
Tell us what the horse does.
The horse goes out and grazes. The horse just
Go
gets
with him.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Because impatience is just an indicator that you're not in the vortex. And so impatience just begets more impatience. In other words, law of attraction is going to say, well, if this makes you impatient, how about this? 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 So you have to do something to break the evil spell. Okay. Or the law of attraction spell. And what it is just focus somewhere else. Do something different. But conceptually, you have to understand what's going on. This is a brilliant conversation that we've just had. We appreciate your horse so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
On the aisle right here.